Hi everybody, this is Angie from tourangie.com, and today I am doing a video of Midway, the Midway Tunnel, and Route 11 that takes you to Brush Fork. I have done this video a couple days ago, but I'm redoing it because I now have some history about the tunnel and some more information to talk about, and that will be beneficial for the videos. So if you watched my old video, this is a new one, so watch it too. You'll learn a lot. I was pretty surprised when I found out some facts. I wish I had found them out beforehand, but that's okay. We're doing a second video and you can hear about it as I'm driving through the tunnel. So just up the road here, I will be turning left to go through Midway Tunnel. To the best of knowledge from a friend of mine, this was considered a horse and buggy tunnel built sometime before 1895. Now, of course, as you see, as I pull in to look at the tunnel, the railroad is going to cross it. The trains still move on these tracks. You can probably see the trains moving if you look carefully. Yep, there you go. So it is still actively used. You have to stop here at the red light and wait for traffic to pass through. So yeah, once traffic comes through, and the red light turns green for me, we will be driving on through. But I want you to pay attention to as I'm driving through the tunnel. You'll notice that there's two diameters inside. The narrowest one is the oldest part of the tunnel. The wider part is the newer part of the tunnel, which is still considered an old tunnel altogether, the whole tunnel itself, but the narrower part is the oldest. So pay attention to that as we're driving through this tunnel. And you'll also notice that people walk through the tunnel. If you know that you live in Midway, and you are walking to work or walking towards the bus station, you have to walk through the tunnel. That's the safest way to do it because you can't cross the railroad tracks. I'm not sure if you've seen this or if, but it appears that in the older part of the tunnel, there is not a sidewalk for people to walk on. But in the newer part, there's a little bit of a sidewalk. Still, I mean, for the people that would have to walk, well, of course, we're coming out of the tunnel now, and there's a sidewalk. But that narrow part of the tunnel doesn't have a sidewalk. So it may not be the safest. I'm not here to say that it's safe or not safe, but it is an old tunnel, and just driving through and seeing that is something. On the Bluefield, West Virginia Facebook page, there was a picture put up within the past few weeks about an area right beside the tunnel. It was an old picture, and they were asking about the buildings that were located beside the tunnel. One of them was an old textile manufacturing plant that became the National Guard Armory, the old National Guard Armory, because, of course, there's a new one. And then there's the ASCO Automotive Parts Wholesaler warehouse. But in the 90s, there was a computer company, Dominion Systems. And then also closer to the railroad tracks was Bluefield Sash and Door Company. Just in case you wanted to know what buildings used to be close by to the tunnel. The Bluefield Sash and Door manufacturing burned down in 1984. Anyway, the residents of Midway used to walk to all the jobs or the buildings that were down here. So yeah, Midway was a very popular place to live. And as you can tell, we're driving by tons of houses. There are quite a few houses for sale out here in Midway. And, yeah, it's a nice little community. It's unincorporated. It's actually considered, it's inside Bluefield. It's an unincorporated community. So yeah, there's a little bit more information there. So the tunnel bears the weight of all the trains and the loose fill material. It's basically a backfill tunnel. As the railroad expanded, it grew. That's why it started from a narrow tunnel to a larger, you can see from the inside, it became a little bit larger diameter. It's not considered a bore tunnel. So that's basically it for the information that I have on the tunnel. Think about it. Built before 1895. That's a really old tunnel. Or at least the narrow part of the tunnel was built before 1895. So pretty cool little bit of history for you all to have seen. And of course, we're continuing on down Route 11, Old Bramwell Road. This doesn't actually take you to Bramwell. Of course, it at the very end here, we will be taking a right to Route 52. That's actually Route 123 we're taking a right on. If you stayed straight, it would continue on to the National Guard Armory, and that road would continue on to Route 52 also. But 52 takes you to Bramwell after Brush Fork and Bluewell. All right, let's talk about other places out here on in Midway. There's a few churches. There's Living Water Fellowship, Brush Fork Baptist Church. There's a Jehovah's Witness, and the Midway Church of Christ. There used to be, a long time ago, an old candy like distribution. I think it was called A&J Candy or A and something candy. It was a distributor. There's also, from what Google says, I haven't seen it, but there's a flea market set up. It's actually closer to the tunnel, I believe. So there's a few things out here. Not really any major businesses, I don't believe, but you maybe have seen some signs as I was driving by. For a couple businesses, I didn't really pay too close attention. I will be doing other videos over the next few days at Brush Fork, Bluewell, Pinnacle Rock, Bramwell. I'm even doing a couple more in Bluefield. Yeah, so be prepared for some West Virginia videos for the next little bit. I've also got videos coming out on a few other things. But let's continue on down this road, this residential area. One thing that my mom said, now I don't know if this was true for her or just true in general for a lot of people back in the day. There used to be a big old tree out here, and she said people would say, go meet by the tree in Midway. And then maybe it was people sneaking out of the house or doing things that they shouldn't have been doing or meeting up for a date later on. I don't know. But somewhere on this road is a big old tree that people used to say, go meet by the tree in Midway. All right, so we're coming to the end of Old Bramwell Road. We're taking a right on 123. If you took a left, it takes you to Falls Mills, Virginia. We'll take a right. And then I'll be stopping this video at the red light coming up here off of, it's called Route 52. Say hi to the deer that's on the right up here on the hill. It's plastic, but when I first drove by, I thought it was real. All right, this is Angie from tourangie.com. Come to my website, read my blogs. Watch all of my videos here on YouTube. Like and subscribe to my channel if you like. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make appointments on my website so I can help you book your next travel adventure. Talk to you all later.